Welcome everyone to the Inland Sports Show. Before we start the show, make sure you like this video and you've subscribed to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. And if you're a local business or organization and you'd like to promote yourself on this show, just send us an email, inlandsportsshow@gmail.com. The show starts right now. Garcia's left footed. And welcome everyone to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in each and every night as we break down Inland Empire sports. A little bit later in the show, we'll talk some high school softball. We got some high school volleyball as well. We got our Big Boost Play of the Week, the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game, all those things. But we lead off with this guy because, man, he's a household name across college basketball now. He's done our show a bunch, and we appreciate him making time for us. It is the one and only Lamont Butler, the pride of San Diego State, and, of course, Riverside Poly, helping the Aztecs reach the national championship game this past Monday night. And, Lamont, first off, I just want to say, man, it was so much fun watching you and the Aztecs get all the way to the national championship game. Maybe you've had a chance to kind of digest all that's happened, but when you look back on the last 2 weeks of the NCAA tournament, what's it been like for you and the San Diego State men's basketball team?
Yeah, first I want to appreciate you for having me on. You always been supportive. But yeah, the NCAA tournament, it was just that we done, the run that we made. How much winning we did for the city, it was just so amazing. We had a bunch of people rallying for us, and then just playing in that atmosphere of 70,000 people, it was just amazing, and there's nothing like it, and it's going to be a memory I'm going to cherish forever.
You know, Lamont, I've been down to Viejas Arena at San Diego State. They love Aztec basketball. They pack that place. It's loud. But I can only imagine, man, that March Madness atmosphere, especially in the Final Four when you hit that game-winning shot against Florida Atlantic. I mean, can you even put into words what that was like, what you were feeling in that moment?
Yeah, it's hard to put in words, but I was more excited than anything. I was we was winning, and I was able to hit that shot, but it's really a credit to my teammates. They trusted me, my coaches, they trusted me, be able to put the ball in my hands at that position. And, we had a bunch of fans in San Diego, so it kind of felt like a home game for me. It was so much support out there, all my family out there. So it was a great moment, and I'm always remember it.
Yeah, we're looking at the video right now of that game-winning shot against Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. And Lamont, you're going to be a March Madness legend, for here to eternity now. It's one of those iconic shots of the tournament. Now that you're back at San Diego State and on campus, I kind of asked you a little bit off there, but what's it been like since you got back? Because, man, everyone knows the Aztecs now. Everyone fell in love with the San Diego State men's basketball team during this tournament run.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. We're kind of getting treated like celebrities. Earlier, I was going out to go eat lunch, and there was just a bunch of people coming up to me, congratulating and just taking pictures. And so it's been pretty cool. I'm a kind of low-key guy, so it's hard to be able to deal with all this, fame and stuff. But it comes with the winning and everything. So I'm just glad I was able to do this for him.
Lamont, your parents were there with you along the way. What was it like having them in attendance at the Final Four?
Oh, it was great. I mean, after both games, I went straight up to their room just to enjoy everything, enjoy this moment with them. They've been with me throughout all my journey since I was a kid. Through high school, they supported me so much. And, I love him to death, and this is who I do it for.
You know, Lamont, if I was a proud dad, if I had a son do what you did and hit that game-winning shot, I can only imagine your dad is probably watching that video clip over and over and over. What was your parents' response when you first saw them that night after the Final Four game?
They just, they were very excited. So they just gave me so many hugs and, kisses. And we just, after the game, actually, I went up to their room and it played on ESPN and all my family was in there and it felt like I just did it, just made the shot in there. So, like I said, it was just an exciting moment and I'm just glad I was able to spend it with them.
That's amazing. Lamont, does it get you excited for next season? I mean, Coach Dutcher obviously is a legend. You got some guys coming back. I know you're losing some guys, including our good friend Matt Bradley, who's done the show before. But, man, are you excited about for next season now? Yeah,
for sure. We proved ourselves on the national stage. So, I mean, after we gained our respect at San Diego State, and, it's only going to be up from there. That's the bar. That's the expectation for every year moving on from now.
All right, Lamont, let's finish the interview like this. That incredible run. You hit this iconic basketball about Florida against Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. But what do you think you'll remember the most about this tournament run? Maybe it's something that's off the court. Maybe it's just hanging out with your guys in the locker room. But what do you think you'll remember about this tournament run for the Aztecs?
I'm gonna remember just hanging out with the guys in the locker room. We always played music before the game. Even at halftime, we played music. And just, we just all celebrating each other, being around each other. These are my guys. I'm gonna love them for life. So I'm gonna remember that, first and foremost about everything here.
Okay, one quick follow-up question, because I watched all the press conferences. I know Coach Dutcher was talking about, just the brotherhood on this team. You guys were already tight, but to go through this journey together to the national championship game, what can you say about your teammates and how tight you guys actually are on and off the court?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be bonded for life. We're going to walk into the VIS Arena and always see our banner up there that we made it to the, national championship game and, the run that we had. But, we had a very tight bond from day one, really. When we first got together, everyone was real close. We always hang out. After practices, we'll be in the locker room for hour and a half after practice, just laughing and joking with one another, talking. So, these are my guys. And, I'm going to always have their back, and I'm going to love them to death for life.
Okay, hold on. I keep thinking of more questions. So one more question, I promise. This is the last one. But any former San Diego State players reach out to you after the fact? I know we've had, there's some big names that have played at San Diego State. Anybody reach out to you and be like, Lamont, dude, that was unbelievable?
Yeah, for sure. Matt Mitchell, IE legend, he reached out to me. He says congratulations. Jordan Shackle as well. Those are guys I played with. They were seniors when I was a freshman. So those are two. Xavier Thames, he's one of the top San Diego legends. He talked to me a little bit, after the shot, and it's just been great to be around, a bunch of the, all the San Diego legends and able to even, just play for them and win for them. So it's been pretty cool.
Man, what a run. It was so fun to watch you, Lamont, and the Aztecs make it to the national championship game. Can't wait to see what you guys do next season as well. Listen, I really appreciate the time. You've done our show a bunch. You always make time for us. Please tell your parents I said hello, and thank you again, and congrats on a great historic season, Lamont.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That's Lamont Butler, the pride of Riverside Poly and a San Diego State Aztec. Man, what a run all the way to the title game. And speaking of Riverside Poly, it's kind of the Bears show today, I guess. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're talking softball with Riverside Poly High School. That's next.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. And Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust.
What up, y'all? Boostman here with a quick 2 cent. We live in an era where student-athlete empowerment is at an all-time high, and this is a good thing. But be careful. There's a fine line between empowering yourself and not being gritty. Just because things don't go your way doesn't mean you should automatically explore other options. Communicate with your coaches, find out what you can do better, and be sure you've done everything in your power before making the decision to move on. Empowering yourself as an athlete is great, but using empowerment as an excuse to take the easy route is a recipe for disaster. Boostman.
Hello, my name is Juanita Webster with the City of San Bernardino. The Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Department is excited to bring back the extravaganza. This event is scheduled from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Spiker Park on Saturday, April the 8th. Children will be divided into age-appropriate groups for a fun and fair hunt. Bring a basket or a bag for all your goodies. This event will feature over 20,000 eggs for the hunt, separated areas for each age group open to youth ages 12 and under, 3 golden eggs in each section for big giveaways. The bunny will be hanging out for a few hours and games and crafts for all. For more information, please call 909-384-5233 or email us at recreation@sbcity.org. We hope to see you there, and please follow us on our social media at SB City Parks and Rec.
Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big thanks to Lamont Butler, the pride of Riverside Poly. Man, that guy is a household name right now, hitting that big shot in the Final Four and getting the Aztecs in the national championship game. But as we've done the last couple of weeks, talking a lot of high school softball right now, we're getting very close to playoffs, getting through league play right now. And the Ivy League, man, such a great league for high school softball in our area. Join us live on the show from Blaze Pizza. Picked up a big win against Temescal Canyon yesterday. It's the Riverside Poly Bears. Coach Robert Sakaguchi back there at the end of the table. And Coach, first off, before I get to the ladies here, that was a big win, but I feel like every game in the Ivy League is kind of a big game because there's just so many great coaches and players and teams. Like the Ivy League is tough, but that was a big win against Temescal Canyon, right?
It looks like this is one of the best leagues we've had. I mean, between the top 4 teams, we're already at about 45, 50 wins almost. So it looks like it's going to be really competitive this year.
You know, I know Valley View, they're always good. They've had a strong program for a long time. But let's talk about your team. What do you think makes this team for the Bears special and unique and competitive? I know you guys are ranked in Division I, so obviously you guys are good. But what makes this team special?
You're looking at them right here. This is the heart and soul of it right here. You know, we have all of our captains, our leaders, our top hitters. They just love to compete. They take pride in their play and what they do, and I think they're proud of their accomplishment. But they're still not done. You know, when we come into league or when we come into the season, our first goal is not to be undefeated like we are now. It's to win league, and getting that first one down was really big. And we got another big one tomorrow. But everything revolves around these ones right here. You know, it's all about the girls. They're the ones putting in all the work and performing on the field.
Yeah, you guys are undefeated. I think you have a tie in there. I don't know what happened there. Maybe you didn't have lights or rain, but you have a tie as well, right?
Yeah, we played Mission Viejo in Las Vegas. And a couple runners on the bottom of the 7th, and they called the game on us and said they needed to stay on schedule. We're going to get it fouled, but, you know. At least it's not a loss. So
Yeah, you're still undefeated. You could still say that. You're still undefeated. Coach, let's go around the table. Why don't you introduce the players that are sitting with you right now?
we got Coco Jaimes, who's our junior shortstop.
Hi.
Maddie Webb, my junior catcher. Miranda Denava, our junior pitcher. Emily Castillo, our senior second baseman. Reina Gonzalez, our senior center fielder. And Maddie Cortez, our junior left fielder.
All right, so I'm trying to write everybody's names down as we go around the table. Let me actually. There's two Maddies, right? There's two Maddies at the table right now.
I got Madeline Webb.
Well, you know what? I'm going to toss some questions out, and you guys can take a stab. Whoever wants to step in there and do it, and maybe Reina can start here, just kind of get the party started here. Yeah. Reina, what do you think makes this, like I just asked Coach, what do you think this team, why is it special? Because obviously you have talent. You're ranked in the top 10, in Division I. You're undefeated right now, but sometimes it takes that little bit extra. Like, what do you think makes this team unique this season?
I say our bond with each other. We always pick up each other no matter what. I think after the outs, we always pick up each other. We're always cheering each other on no matter what.
All right, let me go across the table to Coco on this one. How much fun are you having this season? Obviously, winning is fun, but obviously, if you guys are breaking bread and hanging out together at Blaze Pizza, you guys must actually get along too, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun. We have so much fun with each other. We're flashing music in the dugout before games, during practice. We always have a good vibe for us, and we're always trying to find ways to get closer to each other. Everyone from the seniors to the freshmen, everyone's so close. There's no really cliques. It's a whole team bond.
All right, Coco, who picks the music? Is it like Coach Sakaguchi's playlist, or who's playing? Oh, it's Reina.
I just made a new playlist too.
I wish I got to pick it out.
So I'm just curious, Reina, what are some of the songs on there?
Right now we got some Taylor Swift. We have some Taylor Swift. We have some Pitbull. We have Rihanna. We have all the old music.
Hey, don't let them lie to you. They just started that today.
And we have Justin Bieber and Beyonce.
Where's my country music fans at? I like country. Any country songs?
I think we have one country song.
Very good. Let me go to the Maddies. We got two Maddies at the table right now. Maddie number one. What do you think the Bears? What's that?
Which one's one?
On my right, which I think is actually opposite, the Maddie with the glasses. How about that?
I go by Madeline.
So what do you think you guys have to do during the home stretch of league play to not only win a league championship, but maybe even play even better softball? Maybe you play your best softball of the season before you get to the D1 playoffs.
Honestly, I think just once we step on the field, we know that we will have each other's backs. We have no doubt. If the ball is hit, we know we're going to get the out, and if not, we're always there to have each other's backs. So.
And the other Maddie as well, kind of the same thing. I mean, you guys are on a roll right now, but do you feel like you can still be better? Like, do you feel like the best softball for this team, it might still be in front of you?
Yeah, I do agree. There's been a couple times where we have runners on where I think we have the ability to every time there's a runner on, we could score them in. But that comes with work and practice. We're not always perfect, but yeah.
All right. Emily's at the end, right? Next to Coach. Yes. At the far end of the table.
Yes.
Emily, this Riverside Poly team, listen, I know Coach Sakaguchi's had great teams throughout the years. Poly is always strong in softball. But this team, where do you think it's strong at? I mean, you guys come up clutch hitting. You got strong pitching in the circle. You play great defense. Where's this team strong at this season?
Honestly, it's all of it. We have a great pitcher, and even if she gives up her hits here and there, we have a great defense to back it up. Run scores, we have a great offense, which we can score and always just keep scoring runs. Exactly.
Now, Miranda's a pitcher, right?
Yes.
All right, so Miranda, obviously, when you're in the circle and you're rolling, do you feel like, hey, I got to strike everybody out? Or, you know what, I got a great defense behind me. I'm going to let these, ladies get to work. I've got a lot of confidence in them to make plays out there in the field. So what's kind of your approach when you're in the circle?
When I'm in the circle, like I said, I don't expect to strike everyone out. Strikeouts happen. If they happen, that's cool. But I definitely trust my defense. I have a great defense behind me. My infield's always talking to me. I hear my outfielders as well. I know that if the ball's hit, they're going to sell out for me, and it gives me more confidence when I'm in the circle.
All right, ladies, raise your hand if you're a senior this season. Oh, so we got a couple. What would it mean for you guys to not only win a league championship, because we know the Ivy League's tough, and that would obviously mean a lot. That's a big deal. But Division I is tough. To make a run in the D1 playoffs, what do you think that would say for the legacy of this year's team, especially as seniors? And I'll talk to the two of you. What do you think that would mean for this year's team to have that kind of success? Go ahead, Emily. You can start in the back.
You. He said you. He said you. Okay. Yeah, I would say it's a good way to like go out and leave, just because like that's such like an accomplishment to say, like, because we've always been like D2 and stuff like that. We've always gone really far, but having like being able to go D1 is just like such a big accomplishment from us, and we've grown every year, even with each other. Like we've always been like communicating is great and like a bond.
And you too, Raina. I mean, obviously there's good teams right down the road in the Big 8 League, and there's some great teams in Orange County and whatnot, but do you feel like this Riverside Poly team, as a senior, you guys might be able to go out with a bang and really surprise some people?
For sure we'll go out with a bang. Like I said, we just have a really good bond, so we can do it.
All right, ladies, we're going to do this quickly. I want to go around the table, and we could start with Raina and go in that direction. But what's your favorite pizza topping? If I said, okay, you can only have one topping, just one. You can't pick anything else, only one topping on your pizza. What's it going to be? And Raina, you could start us.
I would say, okay, don't judge me. Okay, I don't like to be judged. I say pineapple.
That's a great choice. I like pineapple as well. All right, go ahead. Let's keep going.
I also like pineapple on my pizza too. I just had pineapple on pizza, actually.
All right, Emily, let's jump across the table to Emily.
I would say probably just plain pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
That's always good. Never lose with that. I go plain and simple, just cheese, no topping.
I usually go pepperoni, but no cheese on it.
No cheese.
Okay.
Curveball. Okay.
You know, you can't go wrong with pepperoni, so I gotta go pepperoni.
Those are all right answers, except for Maddie with the no cheese. That's actually, you know what? My wife and my daughters are dairy-free, so they always get the pizza with no cheese. It just doesn't look as appetizing to me, so so I get it though. But the pineapple and pepperoni, can't go wrong with those. Coach, let me go back to you just to wrap this up. What do you think this team? What are areas that you feel like this team can actually get better, so that when you guys hit the D1 playoffs, you guys are hitting on all cylinders and you feel like you have some confidence to maybe make a run in a very competitive D1 bracket?
Right now, our pitching and our defense are really strong. I always think we can improve on hitting, scoring some runners in scoring position, getting some key hits with 2 outs especially. Our philosophy at Poly since I've been there is always going to be about scoring runs. So we hit a lot. So it's just a matter of just getting some key hits when we need them at the right time. But I think pitching and defense, we can definitely hang with everybody. And I think we're going to hopefully have a really good showing this year in the D1 playoffs.
Well, Coach, ladies, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it. Save me a slice of pizza, and congrats on the strong start, undefeated start so far this season. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Ben.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach Sakaguchi. That is the Riverside Poly softball team here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you so much, ladies. Really appreciate the time, and best of luck in your big game tomorrow in Ivy League play. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk some Rancho Verde boys volleyball. That's next on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Boost Man here with a quick 2 cent. In pursuit of your goals as student athletes, it's perfectly fine to feel frightened, even intimidated over the amount of energy that will be required. The question is, how do you respond to fear? Do you allow it to stand in front of you or push you from behind? Big dreams and goals should always scare you a little, but allowing that fear to stand in your way will prevent you from moving forward. While those who use that fear as energy to push them forward can surmount any obstacle and achieve any goal. Your boy, Boost Man.
The City of San Bernardino Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Department will host a Community Arbor Earth Day Park Revitalization on Saturday, April 22nd at Bobby Vega Park, located at 862 North Garner Avenue. The Arbor Earth Day Revitalization is a free community outreach event that will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the purpose of environmental education. This event will entail free secure document shredding, up to 5 standard boxes per household. Mulch and compost giveaway, please bring your own containers, water and energy conservation tips, along with a park cleanup and tree planting. Motor oil filter recycling containers will be provided while supplies last. There will also be a green job fair providing apprenticeships and demonstrations. This family and pet-friendly event encourages city residents to come out and explore the variety of environmental resource vendors, such as the California Conservation Corps, Rolling Green Tree Care, Serenity Plants, Uplift San Bernardino, and Owner-Occupied Rehab Program. Come out to help clean up and improve your local park. We'll appreciate everyone's support. See you there.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. And Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust.
Final Four, San Diego State beating Florida Atlantic at the buzzer 72-71, and the pride of Riverside Poly High School, Lamont Butler, was the guy to hit the biggest basket. He is now a March Madness legend of forever hitting that basket to send the Aztecs to the finals.
It's another little system, the Dodgers system at work. It's kind of cool to see, but you're right. Then they lost. It's like, baseball, here we go. It's a long season, man.
Listen, I know you love those young players. If you're a Dodgers fan, I know you love to keep an eye on the next top prospect. Keep an eye and remember this name, Damon Keith. Damon Keith came from Redlands East Valley High School. He played at California Baptist, drafted by the Dodgers, played for Rancho Cucamonga. He is on the fast track to the major leagues. All right, yeah, you can check out Patrick in the Morning on KCAL 96.7 FM as we talk sports every Monday and Thursday. Right now, we're talking the Rancho Verde boys volleyball. They are live in studio tonight. They're off to a great start, although we've got to talk about the game last night. Hopefully, you guys will use that as a motivator going forward. The Mustangs in the house, including head coach Brandon Baker. And we got 3 Vang brothers. What's better than 1? 3 brothers on the team. Yupeng, Zuck, and Koob in the back as well. So we're going to talk to those guys. Coach Baker, first off, you guys are having a great season. You're ranked, I think, in the latest CIF Southern Section poll, right? So what do you think makes this team special? I mean, do you have a lot of club guys? I know boys volleyball is growing in the club arena, but what do you think makes this team good this year?
We only really have, I think, 3 club guys right now. Yupeng plays club. Okay. Our libero plays club. Our setter kind of played club a little bit, but a lot of them just play all year long. You know, they play at the Rec in Mobile, and they kind of been closed for the last couple of years. COVID kind of messed up, our season. Yeah. We started the boys program right before COVID, so his freshman year, And after that, we had the COVID season, and then last year we did really well too. We were 18-3. Yeah. I think we were 18-3. Lost first round of the playoffs, so we won league, our first time out, and had a lot of seniors. And we only had a couple returners, the two brothers here and our setter, and we have a lot of new guys. But we have sixth period volleyball with the girls too, so we get to practice a lot. So we've just been going hard all year, doing weight room, track, just constantly in the gym. These guys are constantly working out. And Yupeng plays on a really good club team at Amua, which is out in it's in Pasadena.
Right now they're in
Pomona.
Well, let's give the microphone to Yupeng so we can hear him real quick. So you do play club volleyball?
Yeah, I play club, yeah.
And so, Coach, obviously, when you've got guys playing club, whatever the sport, girls volleyball, softball, if you're playing on a club team, like obviously you're going to be playing good competition, your skills are going to grow.
Right.
I mean, you were saying this guy might be the best player in Riverside County, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have him go with the best in Riverside County. We played Hillcrest. They have a really good outside hitter as well. He plays beach. His dad's a coach. But they kind of went at it back and forth when we played. But I would say if we statted it, I haven't put the stats on Max Preps, but he would be up there in the top 2-3 guys in the whole county at least. And then he makes some pretty amazing plays, as does the middle brother too. He has a significant number of kills. So we have the stats. I just haven't put on Max Preps. But right now we're currently ranked second in Max Preps in D5, and then we're ranked third on the CIF website. So off to a really good start. We tanked one last night against Moval in league, but we're going to come back and we got Poly tomorrow, and then we have 3 or 4 home games in a row, and then playing Fontana right before the playoffs, and excited to start the playoffs. So.
All right, we're going to talk about your game last night in a moment, but I want to go to Yupeng first over here. Did you guys, how were you first introduced to volleyball? Did you have family members who played? Like, how did you get started in the sport?
Well, yeah, we first started I started pretty much during that freshman season of volleyball. Well, I didn't really play that much because COVID shut us down.
He's actually a basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
I
played basketball my freshman
Big shock.
Yeah,
Coach Baker got a basketball player.
Yeah, and then, from there it was just training during COVID, just on the grass, setting up the net, just training, just almost every day.
So what was it about volleyball that you enjoyed? Like you said, you're a basketball guy, and you start doing volleyball. You're like, you know what? I like it, and I'm actually pretty good at this. Like, what was it about volleyball?
I think it was mostly spending time with my family, because I have like a bunch of cousins who play, a bunch of uncles who are they're pretty good at the sport. So it just came to me.
Their uncle's a coach at Temecula Valley.
Yeah.
One of the uncles is the head coach of Temecula, so they have a large family that all play too.
So it's not like volleyball was just completely out of the blue. You come from, it sounds like, a volleyball family.
Yeah, we all played. Yeah.
Let me go back here to Zuck. So let me pass the microphone back here. See, so he's the middle vein. He's a junior on this Mustang team and having a great season as well, as you just heard from Coach Baker. Zuck, as the middle vein here, but obviously you're having a great season as well for Rancho Verde. I mean, what's it like playing with an older brother and a younger brother in, I guess, spending a lot of quality family time, I guess you would say? Or do you guys argue a lot? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe you guys get along.
They fight a lot.
We fight a lot, yeah.
Is it fun, though, being around your brothers so much?
Yeah, I think it's great because, I get to play, and then they're there with me, supporting me. So, yeah, that's great.
Do you learn a lot from your older brother? Obviously, he's one of the best players in the IE. Like, I mean, what are some of the things that you learn from him and pick up from his game?
I guess just moving around. I guess my defense, of course, and then just my physicality.
All right, and let's pass the microphone over to Koob here. He's the freshman on this roster here, and obviously, if you're a freshman playing a varsity sport, obviously you got some skills, you got some talent, but you probably learned the sport maybe quicker than these guys just because you're around these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it like, kind of growing up and watching these guys develop? I mean, obviously it had to rub off on you a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, I started off shagging balls, getting balls for these guys. And then I started growing and playing with them.
So, Coach, when I saw your record, I got it right here, 19-5, 3-1 Sun Belt League play. I was like, man, you guys are having a great season. And you're like, yeah, 3 of our best players, they're brothers. And I was like, let's bring them on the show. Obviously, you're going to have these guys back next season. But what's it like having a family, playing such an integral part to your success? Because you've got a couple brothers come through the program. You're going to be good for a while.
Well, it was funny because he mentioned he shagged balls. So last year in 8th grade, I was like, Coop, you're going to be on varsity next year. And he kind of looked at me like, yeah, right. He was kind of little back then, and he was like, yeah, right. And then he showed up freshman year and was like, nope, you're on varsity. He was like, I'm just, I'm here. So, but he's done great too. The entire year. It's great having a whole family here. And they play really hard. They kind of get on each other, a lot, because they're brothers, you can imagine. Of
course.
But when they're having a really good game, we're really good. So, and then when they're out having an off game, like kind of last night, then we're okay. But for the most part, they've had really good games all year. And every coach that we play is like, you got 2 more, like you got them for a couple more years, like and every team we play also with him is like, man, we have no guy that can hit like that or block like that, So, but like I said, like you said, the sport is growing out here.
Yeah.
So we held a tournament with 16 teams in it at Rancho for the first time this year, and it was pretty amazing. We had both gyms going. All the schools from around here kind of just did IE teams, really. So it was kind of cool because a lot of the schools are just starting out now. With boys volleyball. So
like you said, right after COVID, you guys really ramped it up. Huh?
We did, yeah. So Paloma's had one, Temecula's had one.
They've been good. Like
Paloma's been really good.
Hillcrest, yeah.
Right, Hillcrest, but out in this area, out east of the 91 or the 15, there's not a lot of volleyball. It's all by the beach.
Yeah.
So trying to grow it out here and make it a big sport.
Well, I know Landon DeBryan, the quarterback for the football team, he's playing volleyball. So do you have to recruit on campus and be hey, have you guys thought about volleyball?
Yeah, so we tried to recruit the whole basketball team, and they had a couple 6'8", 6'11", Jacob McFarlane. We tried to get him to play, and they weren't falling for it. So I was like, you just got to stand there and block, But we tried to get some of the guys, and then recruited the football guys. They actually started playing in PE, and they liked it. So they're like, hey, can we play? And I thought they were kidding.
Yeah.
Because Landon's a great athlete. He's a quarterback for 4 years. Yeah. And I have another one, Ronnie Jones. He was a linebacker, wide receiver.
He was good.
Yeah. So I thought they were joking when they showed up. And they were like, no, we're serious. We want to play. We want to win. So. It was a great addition to having 2 seniors that are athletes like that too. So,
Cooper, let me go back to you, Peng, down here on the front row. So, you're brothers. You're going to bicker a little bit and argue and stuff. But I'm just curious, like when you step off the court and you're, let's say, in the car going home, you're sitting around the dinner table. Do you guys talk volleyball? Do you critique your younger brothers? I mean, how much volleyball do you guys talk away from practice and games?
I mean, usually it depends. Like, I'd say after a game, if we win or lose. But usually it's always just critiquing, like just getting on them. They don't really say anything to me, but I'm usually the one saying things to them because I'm like critiquing them. So it's like, yeah, I'm really like on them. I'd say just talking about volleyball.
I am going to ask Coach about Mo Val. I'm going to go back to that, but I'm going to ask you, what was that conversation like then? It was a tough loss, I know, against Moreno Valley last night. You'll get to see them next week, which is the good news.
Yeah.
You'll get to play them again, but what was that conversation like with these guys?
I'd say it was pretty harsh. Like me and my brother, we were arguing back and forth because we.
Which one?
Zuck.
Zuck.
Yeah, we were arguing pretty, like, it was pretty rough because we both had pretty bad games that day or yesterday. So then, yeah, it was just pretty much just us going back and forth. But then when we got home, it was like we were more relaxed and chill because like we know like what we need to work on, what we need to do to just do better the next game.
We kind of chopped it up to we're on spring break and they were in school, and then we're missing Landon's on a cruise. So I was actually going to have him come too, but he's on a cruise. So so we're missing him. He's a big piece as well.
He passed up the Inland Sports Show to go on a cruise.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's incredible. I can't believe it. Let me go back to Zook on this one. So can you use this as I know Coach probably thinks you can use it as a learning moment, but can you guys use it as players to kind of regroup and be like, all right guys, we gotta stay focused. We can't take a night off. I know you were shorthanded. You Peng might not have had your best games, but can you use this as a learning experience maybe going forward so you guys are ready for playoffs?
No, yeah, I think we could use this because, we use this to learn from our mistakes. So, like, our energy needs to go up if we want to go to league champs or, CIF. So, yeah, I think by just learning from this, like all the arguing and stuff, like we can move on and then get better.
All right, let me go to Koob. You're just a freshman, obviously, and playing varsity. When Coach told you, hey, you're going to be varsity next year when you were in 8th grade, what's it like playing varsity? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't belong here? Or after a couple games, you're like, you know what, I can hang with these guys. I can play at this level.
Yeah, after a couple games, I felt like I could hang. But, this is my beginning point, and senior year, I'm going to be better.
When you get to, you're probably going to grow. You're still growing, I'm sure, right? Yeah. So, Coach, you know, you're trying to win another league championship, which is a big deal. But I feel like in your playoff division for the CIF Southern Section playoffs, do you feel like this, you know, this squad, if they're playing good volleyball at that point, can make a run? I know you've done it for basketball,
Absolutely,
so you know what it takes. I mean, do you feel like this is a team that can put it together at the right time?
Well, we just had the conversation today because we had a setback, you know, the last week or two, and we actually had conversation today right now before. Right before this, we were at practice, and I, you know, talked to him for a long time, gave the coaches talk, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I believe in them, and I think we could go deep in the playoffs. Thought we could have done it last year, but just didn't get it done. The first, you know, it was kind of nerves, and first playoff game for all of them, like in a volleyball, and there's a ton of people there, so it was a good experience though. But they have that experience now, and we've lost some games, lost to some good teams. And we watch film, you know, we have huddle, stuff like that. So they're constantly watching film. They're, like, we have team meetings, team bonding, stuff like that. But I think we can definitely make a run. The rankings to me don't mean anything because we won CIF as a 7 seed, you know, like, so if we could be ranked second and, you know, lose to a 20 seed, you know, so it's going to be how much work they put in and how dialed it, you know, focused we are when we show up to play.
I don't have your schedule in front of me, but I was looking at it. I think you did play a lot of good teams, like Paloma and Hillcrest. I think Murrieta Mesa, you just recently played them, right? So, I mean, so I don't know if you built the schedule, but did you do it on purpose? Like, hey, let's play the best teams in the IE,
Absolutely.
So that way we're ready for a league title run. We're ready for CIF.
Absolutely. So Fontana beat us last year, and we're playing them the last day of the season on the 21st to get the. You know, to get ready for playoffs, and they're a really good team again. But last year, I didn't know who to schedule. I didn't know who was good in boys volleyball. So we didn't play very good teams. The tournaments we went to weren't that great. We actually went and played Upland, who ended up winning state. You know, we went and played them on their senior night, and that was a pretty crazy experience because they had like 5 or 6 D1 guys, and, you know, one of the top player in their division and stuff like that. So it was a eye-opening experience for a lot of them. It was kind of cool to see, you know, that level. We didn't hang with them very well, but you know, they're D3, we're D6. So, but yeah, I definitely built a schedule. We scrimmaged a bunch of good teams. I got a bunch of good teams in our tournament. We actually lost to Western Christian in a battle in our own tournament. But yeah, and we played Ramona, who's really good. I think they only have like 1 loss. We played who else? Hillcrest is really good. They only have like 1 or 2 losses. They've won league for the last, like, you know, so many years, and a lot of teams want to play us now too because they knew we were good last year. So. Yeah, but definitely built a schedule to get them ready, you know, win or loss. So
yeah, Coop, let me go back to you, Ping, because it's only appropriate we finish up with the oldest brother. He's earned that right? He's a senior. You, Ping, as a senior, I mean, what's kind of your goals at the end of this? Do you feel like Coach was just talking about, that you guys could actually make a run, you know, to win a championship? Do you hoping to maybe catch the attention of a college team and play at the next level? Like, what are some of your goals?
Yeah, of course I hope to play college volleyball. Like, that's like a given because, you know, I love the sport. But, like, I guess, like, I'd say short term is just give like a lot of like pride towards like the volleyball community, especially in this area, because volleyball isn't like that like well known around this area. And then especially since we won that tournament, that West Valley tournament, and then bringing back a trophy, that the only boys volleyball trophy to Rancho Verde High School, is like, that kind of made me like feel some type of way, like I gotta keep,
you're leaving your legacy.
Yeah, like a legacy almost.
Yeah, and Coach, I'll wrap it up with you. I mean, just the infancy of this program. Obviously, you already have a league title, but I mean, you've only had a couple seasons under your belt, and you're already winning league titles. You were already 19-5, you know, this season. I mean, do you feel like we haven't seen the best of Rancho Verde volleyball yet? It feels like you guys are growing by leaps and bounds right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, losing him next year will be, you know, a huge. We just had that conversation today. It's like, who's going to step up when he's gone? You know, next year he left a legacy. This is how we play. This is how, you know, the winning, you know, precedes more winning. Who's going to step up next year? And of course, you know, he raised his hand. You know, some of the other guys raise their hand.
Is there another vein? Is there another?
Oh, that's it. No, no more, right? Yeah, we don't have any more coming, unfortunately. But yeah, we have a good group coming back. We only graduate 4 seniors, so we're going to keep the momentum going. And then, like I said, we'll practice from the end of the season all till next year. We practice during the girls' season too.
Okay.
So that kind of helps us. A lot of teams don't do that around here. They just start as soon as basketball's over. They just started. So I think we're kind of ahead of the curve, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I also think we kind of peaked early because we've been playing, you know, for so long. You know, we had a bunch of scrimmages, had a bunch of games early that we played really well. So we kind of hit a peak.
Yeah.
Dropped a little bit, but now we're going to get back rolling to where we were playing. Like I said, we beat Murrieta Mesa in the West Valley tournament. beat Poly, beat some other good teams there, and then beat some good teams in our tournament. And then we've gone head-to-head with, like I said, Ramona, Hillcrest.
Some of the better teams.
Yeah, we scrimmaged Paloma. So, yeah, we're hopefully making a name for ourselves, and, you know, kind of like I did with basketball before as well.
Yeah. So you got a handful of games left before the playoffs. So, and like you said, you know, sneak in that game against Fontana, which is a non-league, just in time for playoffs, right? To kind of get you guys acclimated to what you're going to see in the postseason, I guess.
Yeah, we have Poly tomorrow, and then we have four league games left, and then Fontana, and then the playoffs start after that. And we have 90 teams in our division. I don't know how that happened, but last year they need to make more divisions. CIF does.
Yeah.
But last year there was a lot of play-in games, so there's a lot of wild card.
Oh, gotcha.
And then you play. So we actually waited and then played, and Fontana had played before us, and then ended up beating us, at home. So.
Do you think it has to do with the popularity of the sport? Maybe they thought, you know what, not all the schools are going to have a boys volleyball program. We only need whatever many divisions.
Yeah.
But obviously it's growing. Like,
no, I think that was definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Because last year we were D6. They bumped us up to D5 because we did so well during the season. But D6 has like 90 teams too. So I think, you know, coming up, they're going to divide up more divisions. And but right now, yeah, there's probably a ton of teams they didn't know. So there's probably like, you know, 60 new teams this year.
Is there really?
You know, in this whole area, yeah. So in the southern section, so.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But it's growing. Like, I've covered high school sports up and down California. I didn't cover boys volleyball till I got down here. And, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't know. And it was actually a sport. So.
Well, it's big by the beach, you know, obviously. You know, it's in Newport, Huntington, and those are the top ranked teams every year.
Yeah.
We actually took the kids to watch a UC Irvine game recently. Yeah. So that was really cool. They played UC Santa Barbara, so a lot of them had never been to a college or been to a college game.
Legit, huh?
Yeah, legit. So
they hit hard.
Yeah, they had a kid from France that's on the French national team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, you know, 6'8", you know, the whole team 6'8", 6'9". So it was a good experience. We got to meet the players afterwards and, you know, tour the campus. So just doing little things like that, I think helps definitely.
Yeah. You know, bridging high school to college, especially in our area, like Yupeng, I mean, sounds like he's a college, you know, caliber player. You know, that colleges should be looking at. Maybe the Riverside County Player of the Year. I know the Press Enterprise always does that. So you got my vote. So if they ask me, I'll, you know, Yupeng Vang. Coach Baker, Vang boys, really appreciate it. Congrats on the great start, and I know you guys will probably bounce back in a big way. I know you got some big games coming up, Poly, and then you're going to see Moval again come next week in Sun Belt League action. So congrats, guys, on the start of the season. And thanks for joining us here on the show.
Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Coach Baker and the Rancho Verde Mustangs boys volleyball team here on the Inland Sports Show. One more commercial break. When we come back, we have your Big Boost Play of the Week and the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. We'll be right back.
What up, y'all? Boostman here, gonna break you off with a quick 2 cent. With over 10 years in the game developing athletes, I'm gonna share with you guys 3 major keys to developing speed. Number 1, you gotta get stronger. This increases your capacity to produce force. Number 2, you gotta improve your running mechanics. I'm talking about arm action, leg action, and good posture. Number 3, you gotta sprint. High quality sprints that uses acceleration and max speed are vital for sport specificity. There you have it. 3 keys for speed. Now get to it. Your boy, Boostman.
Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Nelson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
The City of San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the City of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
That one hit to left center field. It's going to fall in. That's going to bring home a run for the Colton Yellow Jackets. Cornejo, fast like un conejo, scores. 4-1 Colton. The pitch. Oh, more damage here done by the Yellow Jackets. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. 2-run base knock by Aparicio. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The county clash out there at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. And speaking of the 66ers, they actually open up the Cal League season this week on the road at Rancho Cucamonga, and then the Sixers are back home next week for their home opener, I believe on April 11th next week. All right, before we wrap things up here on this edition of the Inland Sports Show, let's check out the big boost play of the week. It's back on the high school baseball diamond. It was Centennial taking on Santiago in Big 8 League play. No score in this game when Espen Simpson leaves the yard. Simpson on a solo ride to left center field, up and gone. That home run would be the only run of the game. Centennial would win 1-0, the final score on the Simpson dinger right there. And that's the big boost play of the week. Centennial is the second-ranked team right now in Division III in the latest CIF Southern Section rankings, including that big win against their rival on Rimpaw, the Santiago Sharks. So that's our big boost play of the week. All right, in our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, this one is a huge game on the softball diamond. It's in the Citrus Belt League. It is Beaumont and Cajon. Beaumont, one of the top-ranked teams in Division I. The Cajon Cowgirls, one of the top-ranked teams in Division III, reigning Division V champions. And Cajon, just yesterday, picked up a huge walk-off win against a very good Yucaipa team. So now, first place on the line, Cajon and Beaumont. That is Thursday at Beaumont. The Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. Easily two of the top teams, softball teams in the IE going head-to-head. League title implications, two of the top-ranked teams in CIF. So all that good stuff in that big game between Cajon and Beaumont. All right, big thanks to all our guests tonight. The Rancho Verde boys volleyball team. We had Lamont Butler, the pride of Riverside Poly and San Diego State, a March Madness legend now, and Riverside Poly softball as well, live from a Blaze Pizza Parlor. Big shout out, the biggest one of all, to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes here at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. Thank you for watching tonight. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.